Hey, I just shipped Makesprite. Makesprite is a simple open source online app I made for generating sprites for games. The first time you open the app, it downloads a set of default prompts and sprite sheets. These are a useful starting point for generating your own. You can click the Rerun Prompt button, and the prompt that was used to generate that sprite sheet will be loaded. You can also use the Copy Prompt button if you want to use it elsewhere. Before you can run a prompt, you'll need to go to the settings page and enter an OpenAI key, since the app uses the OpenAI API to generate the images. Click Send to send the prompt to the API, and after a while, you'll receive a sprite sheet back. Once you get the sprite sheet, it'll be stored locally in your browser. You can then tweak the image by using the Fill tool to remove any unwanted background colors. Once you find the sprites you like, you can use the Extract Sprite mode. This will copy the sprite to the clipboard, as well as providing an interface to download it. You can also favorite, download, and revert sprite sheets to their original form if you make a mistake when removing the background from a sprite sheet. Makesprite uses OpenAI's DALL-E to generate the images and comes with a bunch of user interface enhancements to make it easy to organize and extract game sprites. It is a 100% client-side browser app, and nothing is stored on the server side. Because it relies on DALL-E for image generation, you'll need an OpenAI key to use it. Future versions may integrate with other image generators. Makesprite doesn't do anything you can't do directly with DALL-E. You can use DALL-E directly with the same prompts. You can use the copy button to do that. However, it does enhance the experience of the sprite generation workflow. It provides a series of curated prompts that are the best I could come up with for generating sheets of sprites. It provides an interface for removing the background and extracting individual sprite elements. In my experience, it is time-consuming and fiddly to do this with GIMP or Photoshop. It keeps your generated sprite sheets together and visible in one place, rather than spread throughout other sessions in the ChatGPT interface. You can create template prompts with variables that can be reused between runs of the same prompt. And you can reuse prompts easily and copy them to your clipboard. The sprites generated by DALL-E are limited. They aren't animated, they're pixel-based, not vector-based, and they aren't always cleanly separated from the background. They can suffer many of the usual Gen AI issues, with missing or extra limbs, elements that make no sense, bad reflections, weird shapes and shadows, etc. It's difficult to get any consistency between different generated sprite sheets. DALL-E is really bad at creating pixel art, so I've focused on non-pixel art prompts. Sometimes DALL-E throws things in that have nothing to do with the prompt. Finally, just like Copilot and ChatGPT, DALL-E is probably trained on non-public domain and sometimes copyright data, and that might pose ethical or legal problems. All that said, I think these sprites will be good enough for some use cases. If you're making a simple game with limited animations, and if consistency doesn't matter that much, or if you only need a small number of specific sprites, or if you're only looking for simple, flat token images, then Makesprite might fit the bill. If you just need placeholder graphics to give your demo or game jam the right look or feel, it might be enough. I think Makesprite could be great for game jams where you just need something fast that fits the theme. And if you generate something that's good enough for placeholder graphics, you could also take it to a real game artist once your game is ready, and pay them to create real game art using the Makesprite output as a reference or inspiration. I'd be really happy if more work for real artists was an outcome of tools like this. I had heaps of fun building this app with ClojureScript. I've built a lot of small web apps with Reagent and ClojureScript now, and the workflow has only got better. At around 1,000 lines of code and 21 days of part-time dev, this is probably one of the fastest apps I've built. I chose to deploy it on GitHub Pages instead of going my usual route of deploying with Piku. As a predominantly front-end app, hosting it on GitHub should make it faster due to their CDN. This was a lot of fun to make, and I hope you find it useful. Enjoy!